We each want something. Be a great partner with a huge heart, a lot of money to leave an impact on, or even be like a JoJo character that is a super genius with a body of a Greek god and even having a cool supernatural ability like stopping time or being a master of disguise. This is what peak performance looks like. But working on the goals can be so boring and difficult. To have that nagging feeling which pushes back and tempts with just watch one video can be so irritating, especially if despite trying your best like watching motivational videos, subscribing to self-help channels, still nothing is working. Luckily, this video will truly help you get out of this sticky situation. Moreover, you will be able to empower others to do the same. First, understand that being motivated is not a light switch, either on or off, but a spectrum with these shades of motivation. For example, there is a fantasy that one day I will wake up and feel motivated to do what is needed. Like after New Year, I will eat totally healthy and constantly have a full workout to get a six-pack, despite having a full fridge of junk food and usually sitting all day. It is like trying to traverse a mile-long road with one step or win against a level 100 final boss with level 1 character. I know that this might sound crazy, but just maybe it is too much from the get-go, and due to this incorrect perception of what is possible, people are constantly disappointed with themselves due to failures until they give up. So, the closest thing they get is a six-pack of beer. Instead of all or nothing thinking, there is a better mindset to accept that it will take many steps to walk the mile-long road. For example, to form a desired habit, it will take a few months of daily incremental changes. Do that, use the environment to your advantage. To make habits stick, reduce friction, that is, steps between wishing to do and doing. And to get rid of bad habits, increase friction. For example, it's so easy to eat healthier when I have a cabbage at my fingertips, but sweets are in a different room, so I have a choice. Effortlessly eat a cabbage or get up, walk to sweets, and even now it sounds like such a pain. Like in video games, you can have gear which makes fighting much easier, so you must be mindful of what you have equipped by becoming a detective and analyzing the crime scene. Moreover, usually people wait for motivation to act, but the opposite is also possible. By doing, motivation is created. That is why, for me, having outside shoes next to my bed has done much more than listening to 100 motivational speeches. You might wonder why. Elementary, dear Watson. During mornings, I love to relax in bed by scrolling social media, playing mobile games, and so on, which wastes a lot of time and makes me feel tired. Basically, Jabba the Hutt has nothing on me. So I implemented this advice by putting outside shoes next to my bed, because I instinctively associate staring at outside shoes with going out. The instinct kicked in, starting a positive domino effect, because I forced myself first thing during the morning to go outside, despite being really tired. I got so energized from sunny weather, fresh air, all the walking and so on, and this gave me the momentum to have a great meal, which together gave energy to a very productive day. You can even have fun with this by figuring out synergies. Another thing I try is to put my phone farther than my arm can reach from my bed. So to get the phone, I need to get out of my bed, and by doing that, I accidentally have put on outside shoes. Such a deadly combo. Another thing is to listen to music, preferably without lyrics, so they avoid being distracting. Video game music is especially great at being stimulating and unnoticeable. Some recommendations will be in the description, so check it out. But even by doing all these things, it is easy to fall back on old habits. So you need an accountability buddy who you will report about your progress. It will motivate you to stick to your goals, maybe even help to see your blind zones, if you are honest. By admitting and even analyzing your mistakes, you will become better. For example, to improve my mindset, I have been using cognitive behavioral therapy, and to do it daily I send a message with the done exercise to my friend. For almost a year, it has worked so effectively. So, who is a good boy? I am. For Lloyd, it's your who not only reminds to relax if he looks too tired, but also balance his more result-focused thinking with more process-oriented. But for some of you, here is a huge roadblock. How will I find somebody who will constantly help me like that? Remember that life is also a multiplayer game, so I suggest to help friends to achieve their goals by recommending things and being accountable to each other. There are also communities in social media who would be open to the idea. And if even this doesn't help, then use the bat signal or this comment section. I am not Batman, but I will try my best to help you. If you have noticed, I use game-related terms better explain things, but usage of my knowledge about games extends beyond that. I use gamification, simplifying. Take an element of games and apply it to real life. This skill is easy to learn, but hard to master. For example, how would you overcome social anxiety by using gamification? I love how my friend used it. Her social anxiety was so terrible that she was afraid of approaching people. So, to easier speak with other students, she pretended to be a main character in a video game, and with it came a totally different mindset. Interactions are for entertainment or exchanging information, and all of them affect relationship status. If I pick the wrong thing to say, I can normally fix it later in the game. And by doing that over time, social anxiety significantly lessened. You could even say that her mental resilience stat went up from all that grinding. Moreover, for her in general, pretending to be in a video game makes life more enjoyable. Personally, I can't agree more, because to me life really is the biggest, the most immersive game of them all. And luckily, we have tools to mod this game and have unlimited power. Moreover, games prove that being super motivated is inside you. I lost once, so I will never play this game again, said no gamer ever. But sadly, part of the same people have made an exception about the biggest game of them all, life. And if it is not that, then people are far more stressed than they should, negatively impacting their health, energy levels, and so on. If this gap between how people are in games and in life could be closed, then depression and other mental health problems could be greatly reduced. Game over would not feel as the ultimate end, but as a sign to learn from mistakes and do better the next time. If you need an extra push, then you can use rewards, but be warned, reward yourself with something which boosts your performance, not debuffs. For instance, if for eating healthy you reward yourself with binge eating, or for working an hour with mindless 5-minute YouTube video, it is 2 steps forward, 1 step back at best. Better get a healthy snack which you have never tried, or tell your accountability buddy how you overcame the resistance and managed to achieve your daily goal like a badass you truly are. Also, it is okay to depend on external rewards, but over time slowly try to move on internal, because they are much stronger motivators in the long run. Your body will get used to the external and need more to get the same effect. For example, at the beginning, for me getting 50 views was so good. After some time, expected, and now so little. If I depended on views to feel motivated to make videos, then it would be an extremely stressful experience, because one video can get more than 1000 views, while other less than 100, despite putting a much more effort to make it. Still, if you like and sub, it will be a nice bonus. It leads to the next point. Celebrate trying and avoid connecting results with self-worth. Like in video games, put a distance between yourself and the character you play as. Just because you fall short of the goal with the first or even 1,000th time, it does not make you a failure. You should even celebrate that you continue going despite the results, because Dark Souls has nothing on life. If the game's motto is prepare to die, then life should come with a warning, prepare to live. Moreover, stories you tell about yourself really matter. For example, one thinks, I failed 10 times, I'm such a failure, so I must give up, while other, I failed 9 times, but even then, tried 10th, I'm such a persistent fighter, so I will continue the streak until I achieve my goal. See how one and the same thing happened, but had two different conclusions about themselves and due to it two various actions? Moreover, in the intro mentioned success with the first try, fantasy is due to perfectionism, hating, even being afraid of failure, like finding a perfect partner from the get-go to avoid pain of rejection, breakup, and so on. Instead, a much healthier mindset is to embrace falling short by perceiving each failure as a step closer to the goal, gaining valuable experience to level up and get better, even if you are level 1. By not giving up, someday you will be level 100. In the result, falling short becomes at worst just a temporary setback, not the dead end. Also, consider this. Twilight is such a genius that can do in a few minutes what others take a few years. So handling a child should be easy peasy lemon squeezy. Wrong. It was such a massacre that these men will rather disarm a bomb with 1 second left than be a parent. This just shows that even if you are world class in one area due to the learning curve, being new to other area can make you fail even with simple stuff. So it is easy to get discouraged and give up. That is why to keep going despite results is so admirable. Of course, let's avoid extremes. Doing one and the same thing again and again will earn you much less experience points than reflecting on the results without judgment about yourself. Being harsh on yourself is not sustainable. It destroys mental and physical health. Moreover, enjoyment of the process and ability to do the desired action effortlessly. So avoid putting the goal as minimum, because when you will fall short, you will be harsh on yourself. Instead, put it as maximum and where you are as minimum. So each time you progress a little bit, you can feel proud about yourself and celebrate it. For me, it is very easy to write an essay answering to a comment or a direct message, but it can be a torture to write a script for a video. In hindsight, the reason is simple. I put too much stress on myself to make a great script, while I did not care about the results in the other case. When I started to approach the script writing with I will just try a little bit without judgment about the results attitude, I felt like flying instead of being chained to the ground and desperately struggling to lift off. Although the main goal is feeling rewarded for just gaining experience points. At the beginning it might feel empty if you do not see level ups and visit improved stats, gain traits and special moves. It is especially hard to notice because from day to day change might feel so insignificant and with it feeling stuck that what you do is not working. But taking a few steps back and seeing in a longer time frame can tell a different story. For example, once we were little babies, compared to then we have grown so much, but from day to day the growth was unnoticeable. We see how Koichi goes from scared boy to somebody who is acknowledged by badass Jotaro Kucho, from having his superpower, having an egg while others can stop time, to making gravity his. If the previous advice are not enough, or you need to do something important but do not have enough time to make the advice into habits, then there is a nuclear option. Either do what is needed or do nothing or sleep. It will be torturous but works. For example, if you cannot write an essay, then make to yourself an ultimatum. You can either write, sleep, or do nothing, and nothing else. Even if you will waste a whole day, you will not give up on the ultimatum. You can use previous tips to increase your chance to succeed, such as turning off the internet, making a new profile on the computer where only software for writing is. To strengthen the ultimatum, offer a friend to give money if you fail. Source how to do it even better is in the description. I know the desire to try all advice at once, but please internalize the tip about daily incremental changes. Otherwise you might overwhelm yourself. To make it even easier, the tips are arranged from the easiest to the most difficult to implement. My suggestion: use the environment to your advantage and have an accountability buddy. Tips can be started from the get-go, and when they become effortless, add one at a time until it sticks. So implement some of the advice as fast as possible while you are determined. If it is not possible now, or you need feedback, then write your action plan in the comment section.